Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have this makeup look for you today. It's very like simple spring glam. It literally looks like I've put so much effort into this eye look when I haven't. I've used like a couple of eyeshadows mixed together and then like a glitter like all over the inner portion of my eye, and yeah, it's really simple. So I really hope that you like this video, and if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, then carry on watching. And by the way, these are faux freckles too. Hi guys, so I'm going to be applying the Cover FX Custom Enhancer drops to start off with all over on like the high points of my face. So on my cheekbones, above my eyebrow, my nose, my chin. And I'm just going to blend them in. I'm just going to use this Real Techniques brush and I'm just going to blend it into my skin. I've already used my Glossier Priming Moisturiser as my primer, obviously, but this will be quite a glowy look. But I want it to be quite neutral, and I just want it to be quite an easy look that everyone can do. But I do want the skin to be nice and glowy. Let me know also if you'd like me to do like a matte makeup look where I don't like use highlighter or anything, because I know there's some people that aren't really into like the highlighter sort of makeup looks, especially for more sort of mature skin. I feel like mature skin you can like wear highlighter, of course, but I know some people would choose not to. So I do have concealer on my eyes. I'm just going to go over it because it has creased, but I'm doing my eyes last, so I just want to get rid of the creasing just so it doesn't like set or anything. For foundation, I was going to use my Tarte one, but I'm actually just going to use my NARS, what's it bloody called, All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and mine is in Syracuse, which is medium dark 1. It is dark for me at the moment because my fake tan is like coming off. Oh my god, I'm dropping everything. But I am just gonna apply a couple of pumps and I'm gonna apply that all over my face. I think this looks really cool. Like, look how glowy I look. I look like the Tin Man. Imagine if I actually went out like this. Right, I'm just gonna work the foundation into my skin, and applying those highlighter drops underneath will just make my skin look that extra bit like glowy and just give it that nice bronzy feel. Today, this is my second makeup look I'm doing. I'm hoping to film a video after this. Not a makeup look, I'm going to give my skin a break. I'm going to film a favourites video because I have not done one in the longest time, and they are like one of my favourite videos to watch and to film, and whenever I do them people seem to really like them, so I thought why not do one. I've been using so many like different products recently. Oh my god, I'm getting this in my hair. I was planning on getting this brush for ages, and whenever I went to order it I was like, oh no, like it can't be like any different to any other foundation brush I have. But honestly, it's so nice. Like, I don't know, there's just something about it that like buffs your foundation in so beautifully. It gives you the best coverage ever, and it just smooths over everything, like blends it out like just so nicely. And I will say it's a bit big for this part in here between my eyebrows, but apart from that, like, it's perfect. I just sort of dab over it when I'm in that area like that. As you can see, the illuminator underneath, this is a glowy foundation anyway, but it has just given that real like dewy look to my skin. I know a lot of people won't like that, but I do. The next product I'm going to use is the Primark My Perfect Colour foundation stick. This is like my favourite thing to cream bronze my face with. I just find it's a really good colour and it's not too like orange. It is in the shade Caramel, and I just apply that where I'd apply my bronzer, and I just apply a bit on my nose as well. Oh my god, I've got it in my eyebrow. And I just blend it in with the same foundation brush, because I find when you use the same brush for basically like all your cream products, then it just really helps to make each product like blend into one another, and it really helps like make it look seamless and blended, because otherwise you don't want like just like a line of where each product starts. That's not going to look very cute. For my concealer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Beige. I haven't used this on my YouTube channel yet, so I wanted to mention it because I really like it, and I was using it like every day on holiday up until like the last few days of the holiday. So not every day, but you know. And it's a really nice thick concealer. It reminds me a lot of the Tarte Shape Tape. I would say this reminds me more of the Shape Tape than the Revolution one, and it's got that nice applicator, and it's just a really nice coverage. I will say I did stop using it at one point because, just gonna blend that in my sponge. I did stop using it at one point because I found that certain parts of my eyes were starting to look dry, but it's probably because it's just such a full coverage concealer that I was applying it like every day, so of course it was going to like dry my skin out at some point. I just find that though with concealers, like if I use a really heavy concealer, then I do end up getting like really crusty eyes. I don't know if anyone else gets that as well, but it's just really annoying because sometimes it just looks like your makeup isn't blended when it actually is. It's just your eyes being so dry. With the concealer, I don't mind blending that in with the like a different tool, because I just find that concealer normally like blends in a lot nicer with a sponge, because most of the time I use quite full coverage concealers, whereas if I was using like a thinner concealer, I'd probably use it like with a brush to add more coverage. But I do find with a thicker concealer it's nicer to blend it in with a sponge like this. So I'm going to go over that on my eyelids as well. But as you can see, it's a really nice colour. The coverage, look at the coverage, how good it is. I would have used it on my eyes as my eye base, but I just used my Colourpop one. I've been really enjoying that around my eyes. It's the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This was $6, and this is such a like a liquidy, I don't know if you can hear it, like liquidy concealer. I get that with my Tarte Shape Tape. Oh my god, what? Why is it picking up there? That's really weird. And then just going to set underneath my eyes with the Kat Von D Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. I really want to try the Rihanna powder, but I've seen really mixed reviews about it. So just grabbing my sponge, and I don't really like bake at all. The only part I would actually bake on my face is around my nose, because I wear glasses and I get like the indentation on my nose when I've been wearing my glasses, but I would never like set under my eyes because my eyes get far too dry. What I do, I just grab powder and then just literally like just push it in just to lock it in place. And then I'm just going to grab some more of that powder and put that on my chin. I find also with this NARS foundation, it doesn't seem to like powder that much. I think it's where it's such a luminous foundation, but I'm just setting the areas that I need to, like my forehead and in between my brows, my nose. Just gonna apply a bit under here. This bit seems to like rub off otherwise. Okay, that looks matte, but that's less powder than I'd usually use. So for my eyes, I'm gonna move on to my eyes, and then I'll do like the rest of my face, I think. 1 second, I've got my hair. For my eyes, as I said, I want this to be really simple, so like everyone can do it. I'm sorry to be using another Morphe palette, but the palettes I only ever use really are from Morphe because they're affordable and you get so many colours. So the colour I'm going to be using, I'm going to mix 2 colours. I'm going to mix these 2 at the front, like these 2 like transition shades, and I'm going to be using a Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush, and I'm just going to mix both colours, tap off any excess, and just going to quiver the crease in. And I'm just going to dust this all over my eye. I don't want this to be like super precise or anything. I just want it to be quite grungy. But I just don't really like to set my concealer, to be honest, unless I'm not really wearing anything on my eyes at all. I just think it really dries my eyes out when I'm like putting powder there. Whereas eyeshadow just doesn't seem to dry my eyes out. And because we've applied our foundation first, that way you can just get like a really nice blend, like make it look really smoky over your foundation. Whereas, you know, sometimes when you're doing your eyes first and you're doing like quite a natural look, it just ends up looking harsh. Whereas I just want this to look super soft and blended. I'm applying quite a lot like that. Just catch the other eye up. And this Morphe palette is so good, like the fact that it has the bigger shades, because they're the shades you like typically would use more than all the other shades in the palette. Another thing you could do if you don't have this palette, just use any palette, like any sort of orangey, it's more of like a peachy neutral shade I would say, but any colour like this would do. Or you could even just like use your bronzer, like whichever. I'm taking this quite high up, just covering any eye space really, and see how you don't have like that harsh line when you're like blending it. Okay, so just deepen it up a little bit. I'm gonna take the 3rd shade along next to it, so this one here, and I'm just going to use the same brush. I always just tend to use this. I don't normally tend to use like different brushes, and I'm just going to apply that just on the outer part of my eye. Just blend that in. And I'm just gonna then apply that on underneath my eye too. I'm gonna use a Morphe M139, and I believe these are like cheaper brushes from Morphe. But I'm just gonna take the original shades that we used at the beginning and run that along my lash line. And I'm just making sure to meet that with the outer corner. I just think looks like this are so like effective yet so simple. Any eyeshadow get stuck under my eye, I'm just grabbing my powder brush. And you can't really muck it up with such simple colours like this. So if you've never worn eyeshadow before, this is like really like a good one to do. God, I've got eyeshadow everywhere. Morphe eyeshadows do have a lot of fallout, but it's because they're so pigmented. They are literally like one of my favourite ever brands. I just find that whatever they bring out, they do so well. I've not used the foundation. I've heard really like mixed reviews. Some people really like it and then some people really hate it. So I'm then just taking the darker colour, running that along, and then to zhuzh the look up, all I'm going to do is I've got the Stila Magnificent Eye, like the glitters. I've got the shade Kitten Karma. I think this is the one I use the most. I've also got a gold one from Primark, but I am just going to mix these. So I've got the shades Kitten Karma and Smouldering Satin, and I'm just going to mix them on the back of my hand and apply it with my finger. I'm just going to apply that on my eye. You could do this with a brush as well. It's a bit hard not to poke myself in the eye with these like halons, but and then just grab some more. I've been really into this like not that I've actually done this on myself, but I've been really into like seeing other makeup artists do this like high up like shimmer. And then what I might do, I'm just going to grab a brush and back the rest on, because I can't really get in there because my nails are so long. I really need to get like the big one of these because they are like one of my favourite products. Just taking that quite high up my eye. I just think they look so pretty. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. And then I'm just going to do the same to my other eye. I just like as well how they're so like, you put it on and it doesn't look like a big chunk. You can go for that with these if you want, like you can build them up to that, but I like how when you apply it, it applies almost like gappy, so it actually looks like you're applying actual like fine glitter. And also the reason I like applying these is because then you don't have to like muck about with like glitter glue and all that. Just applying some more because it does dry quite quickly. Like I said, I also have a Primark one that I was going to use, but to be honest, I know that I like the formula of these. Like the formula just, I don't know, it just like does what I want it to do, and I've used these a lot more than I have the Primark one. There's something about it that just looks so effortless but so pretty at the same time. I'm just going to leave my eyes like so. So I've got this Primark eyeliner pencil. It's just a brown one, and I'm going to run it along my lash line. Right, it doesn't want to seem to work, so I'm going to use a brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to just take this brown here from the Morphe palette, and I'm going to take that on an eyeshadow brush and mix it also with this like purpley brown at the top, so just them two together, and I'm just going to line my lash line. The brush I'm using is actually from Wilkinson's. Okay, and I'm getting fallout from this. I really want to invest in a good brown eyeliner because I do like doing soft makeup. It's just obviously I choose to do more dramatic looks more, as I think that my eyes suit quite dramatic looks too, and I find dramatic looks obviously really fun to create. I'm just going to trick away all that. I really do want to invest in a good brown liner. There's not many though, I don't think, like on the market. So I'll just literally stick to eyeshadow for now. And then I'm just going to apply some eyelashes. So the lashes I'm going to be applying are by Kitty Lash, and they are in the style Tabby. And they're just like a really fluffy full lash. The reason I love the Kitty Lash lashes is because they are faux mink, so they're like not made by animal hairs, and they just have this lovely curl to them. Like every time you use them, Like this pair is quite old now, but you can just keep using them and they just have this natural curl to them. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. And I just swear by them. Like, they're just so nice and they're so affordable as well. And I've been looking for that type of eyelash for such a long time. I remember tweeting about it once and I don't think anyone replied, but just so glad that I found them. I've been loving this lash applicator from falseeyelashes.co.uk. They kindly sent it to me and it's just literally like the best thing. Like, look how easy that is. I just literally just pop. If you've never really been like a massive fan of applying lashes, I'd recommend something like this. It just makes it so easy, and then that way you just basically hold the lash from above and then just place it down. And then one thing I do, if I find that it's not in the right place, I grab my tweezers and I just drag the edge where I want it to be, like the corners. But I know some people might not like that because obviously you'll put in a sharp tool by your eye, but this one, just be careful when applying it and everything and you'll be fine. It just saves a lot of time. And where I have like nails on, I just find it easier using something like this. Hello.
Hello.
Ah. I'm just going to whack some bronzer on. So the bronzer I'm going to use is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula because this is like the only bronzer I ever use. So I'm just going to stamp that on my face, and I'm going to apply like mascara and that when my lashes and everything feel like they've dried down a bit, because they feel a bit like tacky at the moment. My dog is currently walking around the room. And for my blusher, I'm going to use my new favourite one, which is by ELF, and it is the Brick Red blusher. And I just really like the colour. I'm looking in here because I'm looking into my mirror, by the way. As you can tell, like, do it quite intense. And I'm just going to tap some over my nose, like over the bridge of my nose. I just think that makes it look a bit more like sun-kissed. So then I'm just going to grab my mascara. So I'm just using the Collection Lash Surge. I just always use this as I find it like gives my bottom lashes a lot of like volume. My skin probably hates me because this is the second lot of makeup I've worn today. But I don't ever tend to do this, so that's fine. I've only done that a couple of times actually, where I've like put like 2 makeup looks on in one day. So if you can hear any noises, it's because Craig and Bracken are sat in here and Bracken has a bell on his collar, so I'm gonna...
It's actually a cat.
Yes, because he's a cat. Just zoom you in. So I'm just gonna... What is it even doing anything? No, I don't think I'm going to use that. I'm actually going to use what I use to do my eyebrows, just sharpening it. This is not going to plan. Right, I'm just going to use like a really light brown from any palette. I'm just going to do like a couple on my nose. I'm just going to do them in like the centre of my face. I'm just going to put over it with a brush, and I'm going to go in with a darker brown, and I'm then just going to go over with my blusher again, just so it looks more like got a bit of a suntan, just over that part of my nose and just over there at my cheeks, like that. I know some people don't like faux freckles, but I do, and I wouldn't have done them like this. I would have done them a bit more like tinier dots, but I've not got anything to do them with because those pencils did not work. So I think they look alright though. I'm going to go over my eyebrows with my Glossier Boy Brow, and this is in brown. I want my brows to look quite fluffy as always. You can do a nude lip if you want, but I'm actually going to go in with a red lip. When I apply a red lipstick, I don't really feel the need to always line my lips because I normally apply a liquid lipstick. So if I'm applying like a red lipstick, I'll line my lips. But if I'm using a liquid lipstick, I tend not to really because I don't really need to. I'm going to be using the Morphe Hot Shot liquid lipstick, and I used this whilst I was away and it's so good. Right, let me just zoom it out. I scrape off any excess of the applicator and I just go around, and this is just like a nice orangey red, and you literally can't even feel it on your lips. You know, like some liquid lipsticks you apply and you're like, oh wow, like that's really like thick. This is like really nice and thin and it dries so quickly. I really wish I got more of these, and I'm just going to wait for that to dry. yeah, I just think this is like the perfect spring look. So you've got the faux freckles, you've got a nice shimmery lid and a nice bold lip. I just think this is like screaming spring. The last step is to add a setting spray. So the setting spray I'm going to be using is the Primark Glow setting spray, and I'm just going to spritz this all over my face. And that is the completed look. So guys, this is the finished makeup look. I really hope that you liked it. I've just changed my top and put some hoops in, but I'm just going to zoom in so you can see it like up close. So as you can see, you've got like the blusher like just over here, just so it looks more like a sun-kissed, like actually like so your freckles basically look real when they're not. But yeah, just a real nice glowy simple summer look. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you try this out, then please don't forget to tag me, or you can send it to me on Instagram, whatever. I really hope that you liked this. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know of any video requests in the comments down below, as I need some ideas, and I will see you in my next video. So thank you so much for watching. Take care.